Still moving along, still going strong as ever on Idaho Sports Talk, hour number 3. Play-by-play broadcaster Bob Beeler in for Mike Prater, my partner. I'm Johnny Ballgame here in the rowpaint.com studio. I'd like to welcome our Dollar Loan Center video audience to the program. You can watch this segment on the KTIK YouTube channel or Twitter or X feed, whatever, what have you. And JP, we got almost 800 subscribers to our YouTube channel. I'm going to dare our audience to subscribe. Maybe we can get 7, 8, 9, 10 more during this segment. So there is your challenge. Find KTIK on YouTube. Go ahead and give us a subscription. We'd like to get to the Double Tap Pub hotline because the pride of Isidore Newman High School is waiting for us. And a mystery man on this Boise State basketball roster, Chris Lockett Jr. hanging out with us. Chris, welcome to Idaho Sports Talk. Haven't had you on since you were a high school kid, I believe. It's going to be fun to talk some hoops with you. How are you today, Chris Lockett? What's good in your world?
I'm good, man. And yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Chris. You know, I could be better, but, I'm not as good at basketball as you, so I'm trying to hold down the fort on this radio show.
You take care of that. I'm going to take care of the basketball, man. You take care of this.
A lot of people are talking about you, Lockett. You know, Omar Stanley told me last year, he was like, dude, that Chris Lockett is going to come in and he is going to play, and he is going to play really well. I'm going to start the interview off just last season, had to redshirt. What was last season like for Chris Lockett Jr. having a redshirt, sit out, watch, and learn?
It was a lot of, maturity. I had to, grow up fast, being alone, away from my family. So it was a lot of ups and downs. But shout out to my teammates, though, my vets, Tyson, Max, Cam, Omar, even, everybody just supported me, man. Every day wasn't the best, but I just gave my all every day, just helping them out. And it translated to them winning games for sure, though.
It's a great answer, Chris. You must be hungry as heck, though, to step in and help as of just not some guy who's going to have a hot practice. Chris Lockett Jr., what do you want your role to be on this team this year?
Just be a leader, just a winner, man. Just make winning plays. If I got to rebound, if I got to score, if I got to make the right pass, just being a winner. That's just that's the goal, really.
We're visiting with Chris Lockett. He is a redshirt freshman on the Boise State basketball team. Chris, I want to get to your journey to get here from New Orleans. You were high school player, Mr. Basketball in the state of New Orleans. In the state of Louisiana. You played for a name that basketball fans in this town should know. Randy Livingston played for the Stampede, was a teammate of Boise State assistant coach Roberto Bergerson. So tell us how that connection and then how you were kind of presented with Boise State. Had you ever heard much about him before the recruiting process started?
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches at Newman, he actually was from Boise, and he was just always talk about, like, the blue field. I just did my little research, and then Roberto started recruiting me once he got on the staff, and we started, like, just talking about life, honestly. It wasn't even about basketball. We just connected about life, what's my favorite movie, like, what I like to do outside of the court. And then he came to visit me in, I believe, October, and we just set up a visit around a week after my birthday, and then that's when I committed when we played against, I think, Washington State, downtown Idaho.
Yeah.
And, just seeing the fans, just seeing it in a neutral site, it wowed me. It was going to be different for sure. That's what Leon told me on my visit. Just open arms, honestly. And I had Tyson on my visit as well. So it was just like, he just told me straight up, like, what it was and what it was going to be. And he never lied to me. So it was cool.
So what's it like been this year, the first year as a student at Boise State, being a part of the community, and what have you enjoyed most?
I'm just hanging around new people, man, just learning new folks. It's always good to just talk to somebody new each and every day, what they here for at school, because you never know who will be, the next president. So that's just, just building connections, honestly, outside the basketball court.
I don't know if he's running or not, but I'm voting for President Chris Lockett Jr. He joins us on our Double Tap Pub hotline, looking for him to burst onto the scene this year with this basketball program, having to sit out last year, 6'4", 205. Chris Lockett Jr., just how much better are you at basketball now from, say, this point when you just showed up in Boise? I would imagine you are drastically much better at the game right now, right? Where have you improved?
Yeah, I think for the most part, like the biggest question was like, how am I going to, fit? But I feel like they took me in with open arms, getting better. I got better in the weight room and on the court, just working on my shot. That was probably my biggest weakness. And my body changed drastically from like a year ago. I was like 215 with 14% body fat. So now I'm like 192 with like 7.9 body fat. So I'm ready for sure.
Oh, I love it.
So give us a little scouting report. I mean, what are we going to see you? What are your strengths? What positions do you think you can play? I mean, a lot of guys play multiple positions. I would think maybe you might be in that boat as well. So what do we expect when November comes around?
A combo guard that's just ready to win. That's pass, first score, get his teammates involved. That opens up for me to get my points, play defense. I love playing defense. Burns got on me a lot during my red shirt year about that. It's gonna be a fun team, man. I can't wait to even play with these guys. We having so much fun in the short period of time we've been together. We've been together for like a week, so we already feel like we've been together for a whole year. We just, off the court we kick it, on the court it's easy.
That's really encouraging to hear. I mean, it's been a week, and Chris Lockett's it's like we never left. You guys are ready to go to a fourth consecutive NCAA tournament. Chris, do you guys feel the pressure at all? Because you guys, all the pressure that's on this program is because of you guys. You guys built and created your own pressure, and that's what you want. You want games to matter. You want to, hey, if you don't make the tournament, it's considered a bad season. You want those expectations, Chris Lockett. Like, what? Tell me about it. It's only been a week, but you're loving the dynamics of this team, hanging out. Dive a little deeper into that. Why do you think this team is so close, Chris?
I mean, just off the court, we just love to bond together. We always do stuff as a team. We just laugh. Like, I just think that's connection. We always voice our opinions to each other. What can we help each other, honestly? Just help water each other. I feel like this team is different just off our energy, though. Like, we just love playing basketball, for sure.
Love it. We're visiting with Chris Lockett, redshirt freshman, Boise State out of New Orleans. Chris, what's summer like? Give us a little idea of what it's like as far as on the court practice, and then what else is everybody else doing? What do you guys do for fun? What's it like being a Boise State basketball player in June?
First for me, I wake up at 7, work out with Berto at 8 with JB, the new transfer that's in. Get breakfast, then we go to team lift. Then after team lift, we'll have team lunch together. Then depending on the day, we might have a guards bigs workout, or probably a pickup game like we had today, which was fun. We probably have 4-on-4. Some days we have just a strongman competition that's early in the morning that just help us with conditioning and stuff like that.
Chris Lockett with us. Chris, I think this team needs a lockdown perimeter defender. Like, I would imagine Cardenas, when Alvaro shows up, you're going to be a nightmare for him in practice every single day. You said Burns was saying, dude, you got to play better on defense. What type of defender, Chris Lockett, do you aspire to be for this basketball program? Can they lean on you defensively?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much like, I've been working on that for sure, though, because I played offense for like a year straight, and that just took off. So that's why they were scared to take my red shirt off when I was playing. They didn't want me to have unnecessary fouls, coming in and have unnecessary fouls, because they know my offense is going to take me far, but it's just defense. But I feel like I'm already 10 times better than what I was before already.
You mentioned some of the inter-squad games. How do you guys decide who's on what team?
The coaches pick it. They just tell us who are on teams, and we just go from there and just hoop.
Let the smart guys, pick the roster. Let the ballers go out there and execute. Chris Lockett Jr. Hey, tell me about Dylan Anderson first and Javen Buchanan second, the two transfers who came in from Arizona and the NAIA. Tell me about these dudes. Can they ball, Lockett?
Yeah. Both of them can ball. Both of them studs, man. They nice. They nice for real. Dylan here, 7'6", sniper, like he can snipe. He like Porzingis for sure.
Really good shooter. Yeah. Okay.
We played together. I mean, he got good feel for the game. You know, he's aggressive on both ends of the court, offense and defense. JB, yeah, he's nice. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Boise State fans should be excited for him, especially him. He's nice. He's nice.
Javen Buchanan. Yep. Indiana Wesleyan. I love it, man.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be – hey, real quick, Chris, how are they going to divvy out all these minutes? I love this roster. What the hell are they going to do? You guys, I
feel like we've been – because our team is looked at, you know, what Twitter be saying. We all do. I mean, we – like y'all, I feel like the fans say that we need more bench depth, so I feel like we 10 times deep we ever been. So – I feel like this is gonna be fun. Like we feed off each other. We support the next man. We hype for the next person. So it's all about opportunity. That's what coach talks about in practice all the time. Like just be ready for your opportunity, be a star in your role, and just be ready. Honestly, so that's just for each and every one of us. We don't know who's gonna start every other game.
Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. What you're majoring in, what you like to do away from the court, what makes you unique. And you said, you know, one of the things they ask, you know, what was your favorite movie? So tell us also what your favorite movie is.
He's got a favorite movie.
I've made it in pre-business. What I like to do outside the court, I like to just hang with my teammates, like what we do all the time after practice. What else? My favorite movie, probably Shrek 2. And I like to play the game as well, but my favorite movie is Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is just way better than the original Shrek.
Yeah.
Those are funny, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love Shrek. I mean, there's a funny Bob. Have you ever seen the Shrek movies?
Oh yeah.
Those are good, man.
Hey, what about food? What do you like to eat?
Probably a burger, like some wings or something like that.
There we go.
Nothing crazy.
So Chris, you got to be pumped, man. You had to sit and watch a tournament trip last year, a really good team. And Chris, you knew you could help. Like you knew there were times like, dang, I can come in and help this team. But I think very intelligently, their staff knew, hey, you're going to help us a lot more down the road. Just tell my listeners one before we get you out of here one more time, like Chris Lockett Jr., last thing for me, like what do you want Boise State fans to know about what they're going to see and what they're going to get? You can play this year. They hope to see a lot of you on the floor. What are they going to get, Chris?
From the team or just me? Like I feel like the team, we hungry. I feel like we got a lot of hungry guys on this team. We're not satisfied. We didn't even win last year, so I just feel like, you know, we got a chip on our shoulder. We just coming for everything. We want to win everything. We want to win the conference championship. We want to win the regular season conference championship. So I just feel like this is the hungry we gonna be. Honestly, we got a chip on our shoulder. You know, we coming for everybody. Honestly,
so
for me, for me, I just feel like, you know, just being a star in my role. Like coach always tell me, you know, just making the right plays. You know, he always tell me I got the best feel he ever seen with the game. So I just feel like the game is always going to come to me, but I'm going to go to the game as well. Like I'm going to make plays for my team. I'm going to make plays for myself, be on the defensive end, just talking and communicating with them and just having fun at the end of the day too. That's just what it's all about.
Chris, I've got sort of a two-part question here. Was it difficult to sit out and not play? And while doing it, what did you learn about both the game of basketball and yourself not being able to get into games?
It was difficult. Man, every day just look at myself in the mirror and just keep going. Like honestly, it's going to pay off. Just trusting the coaching staff, what they plan for me, honestly. So I'm just trusting them. But you know, every day wasn't the best. But you know, I just still got up and just got straight to it. And what was your second question?
Yeah, what would you learn about the game of basketball? Just sort of watching it and observing it from sort of a different role than when you're, you know, out on the floor over 50% of the time, let's say.
I feel more like it's a mental game rather than a physical. I mean, you just got to be mentally prepared for everything, what they're going to throw at you on the court, just off the court. I just feel like I learned a lot, though, like playing with pace, you know, using my body, like just getting prepared for that, the physicality, stuff like that. In March, they're not calling some of the fouls. They're going to call in the Mountain West. They're going to let us play.
Dude, Chris, I think Bronco Nation is really excited. I mean, typically we're talking more football this time of year, but I think you pumped up Bronco Nation getting ready for another hoops season. Can't wait to see it. I got to ask one more quick question because you played at Isidore Newman High School, very, very popular high school. All the Mannings went there. Odell Beckham went there. And you know all this. Randy Livingston was a McDonald's All-American there as a high school player. You were a basketball teammate with Arch Manning, who's now at Texas playing quarterback. What was that like in the fanfare? And I bet they did a pretty good job of kind of keeping Arch sheltered a little bit, not letting too many people get to him. What was that experience like being up close and personal right next to one of the biggest recruits in the country that year, Arch Manning?
Oh, it was cool. I mean, Arch is a laid-back guy. He's just like me. I'll say, like, he acts just like me, to be honest. He's just so laid back and cool. If you ask for a picture, he'll do that for you. He's like a brother to me, though. Like, we text each other all the time, just checking in on each other. You know, that's my guy for life. So we always been.
Still text him. So you're rooting for the Texas Longhorns on the side of Boise State, I bet. Chris Lockett Jr.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this has been sweet, man. Cannot wait to see you on the floor in ball. I keep hearing things, and you're going to be a huge piece to this puzzle, Chris Lockett Jr. Thanks for giving us some time today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Heck yeah, man. There you have it. Chris Lockett Jr. What do you know? What do you say? 208-424-9300. I know we don't normally do this on a June 18th, but you know, what did that interview do for you as a Boise State basketball fan? And I will ask you again, what are your expectations for Chris Lockett Jr. this year on the floor for Boise State? Let's flood that Cloverdale Plumbing text line. Bob's in for Prater in the ballgame, KTIK the ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios.